away. Who knows what's going to happen here?
Well, what do you think about the Broodmother this game? To me, this hero is always the big question mark. Generally, either really shines or falls flat. Do you think this is a game where Koikva is going to be able to do it?
Well, I know Insania is just talking about Ice Frog. That's all I see, so. Ice Frog goes. Thing with Brood. Oh, jeez, I just hit a button and thought I paused the game. Exact moment. All right, we're good. Relax, guys. We're getting the gate kicks off here. But, so, in terms of the Broodmother, I talked about how it's something that Alliance have looked very good with. Basically, when I watch their games, it feels like Koikva plays his own game, and Broodmother's a very good hero for that. So he just controls the mid lane, shoves it in, farms the ancient camps, pretty much his whole deal. And then the side lanes basically play these like cool duos where they have a core farming protected by a support. If anyone tries to gank them, they get these turnaround kills. Now, what I absolutely love here by Virtus.pro is sending this Pango to the mid lane. The Pangoliers at Dream League thought it was the hero of the tournament. It looks so good. It's funny. I show up here and I start talking about Pangolier, and then I start mentioning it to Kyle, and he's like, "Yeah, actually, me and Sheever were just talking about how we think Pangolier's gonna be the best hero of the tournament." 2 minutes later, Fog's tweeting like, "Guys, I think Pango's like really good." So we're all coming in here independently thinking Pango's this awesome hero that is gonna do very well here, which means he'll probably fail, but.
Okay.
The reason Pango looked so good at Dream League was that he kept getting these matchups versus like Enigma heroes, especially Enigma for the most part. But he's able to farm these Eidolons, he gets a really quick start, and he's so good with that early gold. And now this same situation where you're going mid versus a Broodmother seems amazing for this hero.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I don't know how the spiders are able to survive against that. Looks like we'll see some lane swaps though. Boxy is going to head mid on the Monkey King. And that means Brood will end up in the top lane, I believe. Yep, he's going to be up there with Taiga on the Undying.
The fake out here in terms of the old mid lane.
Yep, so VP also adjusting. So we've got no one as well as Solo here mid against the Monkey King. Bane Tiny, a pretty dubious duo. And then up top we'll have that Gyrocopter Wisp for VP. So they've gone ahead and moved Pasha to the bottom lane where he's matched up against Mickey on the bottom.
Yeah, a little curious to how this game's going to be going here. Like, you're picking this Undying into the Io Gyro. Seems a little bit scary here to have this hero versus them, right? Just attack the Tombstone, still destroy everyone else around it. And they also have kind of a weird lane going too, where they have to run this Undying and the Broodmother together versus an Io Gyro.
Unconventional, that's for sure.
It's got no webs too.
Wisp getting whomped here by the Undying. I guess in these early levels, kind of not ideal for the Wisp. Mid lane, starting off pretty rough for the Monkey King. Insania did have to rotate, so we've got a proper dual lane here in the mid. Certainly advantageous for no one on the Tiny.
Oh, Tiger.
Okay.
That's the first blood there. I mean, you are at least versus a strength hero, right, in the IO. So that is one nice thing they have going for them.
24 strength stacks on Taiga, so that'll do it. That poor Wisp. He's already pretty low on HP, no armor. You steal that strength, and it's bad news bears.
That is 320 HP on that Gyrocopter right now.
Yeah,
he has gotten so many decay steals.
Straight up cannot trade with this Undying. But this is what you expect. This is where Undying really shines in these early laning stage scenarios. And he'll start to fall off as some more levels come into this lane.
Yeah, he's probably going to have to go feed his body to a tower soon. Like, he's completely out of mana. I don't think he wants to pop out those mangoes.
Well, he just ate one. Although now going to be in some trouble. The Rocket Barrage comes through. I think he'll be able to survive through this.
Yeah, he's got a Soul Rip too. They could try and turn this, but...
Yep, there's the Soul Rip. Tops him off a little bit.
I'm setting the lane with the most action. Everywhere else just battled the CS. One that Pasha seems to be winning down the bottom lane versus the Maran. Things going well. Not so hot for Mickey, but... You know, ranged hero versus melee hero with the Quelling Blade.
It's not too bad either, though. We're on at 13, Tango at 15. Wisp going to go blow for blow with Taiga. This is going to be a close one. I don't know if Roger's going to win this battle.
I mean, he is Tether, though. He never has to really be concerned.
That's true.
Well, Taiga's going in.
He's another mango. Oh, Ramsey is able to punish that time. Very nice.
That was questionable.
A little overzealous. All right. Well played by Ramses to be there in time. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's going to be a kill onto Insania. Solo taking credit for that one.
2-1 set things off here, and it's only 7-1 now for this Monkey in the mid lane. Yeah, these lane swaps not looking like they're favoring Alliance too much here.
Yeah, so they've got the Undying mid now, and it looks like they've sent the Winter Wyvern back down bottom. So that's going to leave Koikva solo to deal with this Wisp Gyrocopter. And have musical lanes here, but maybe indicative of this draft that Alliance has. I'm not sure what the ideal setup for them is here.
I think we're going to see more swaps once the levels start stacking up on Koikva. We'll probably see him go mid, because like, you really want to abuse those ancient camps as Brood. Like, what's the point of picking this hero if you're not farming ancients really early and accelerating the game, right?
Yeah. Definitely a hero that wants to play from ahead, no doubt about that.
Pasha has to hop into the trees down bottom. He's very low. The Arctic Burn, they're close, but at the same time in that mid lane, you can see Boxy getting low.
Yep. So down bottom, they're going to kill Pasha first, and back to mid. Monkey King in a lot of trouble and gets finished off by Solo, who is going to be able to survive. 1-for-1 around the map. Fairly even Pango for Monkey King. Feeling pretty okay for Virtus.pro coming out of this laning phase, though. I think Monkey King, the big question mark for me right now.
Yeah, this hero certainly feels like one of those ones you want snowballing very hard, right? Going towards, I mean, I'm not a big fan of this Battle Fury build we've been seeing from some of the Chinese teams, especially Aster, been into that a lot lately. Yeah. More into like a Shadow Blade, Echo Saber sort of style.
Yeah, we saw that abysmal Battle Fury game yesterday. And it obviously can work in some scenarios, but it gives you this extended window where Monkey King just feels very abusable. You know, very squishy, doesn't really do that much damage.
Nice dodge from Boxy there.
Yep. Kind of a necessity, I think, to maintain some presence in this lane against the 23-7 Tiny right now. Rotation from Insania, though. Level 3 Winter Wyvern. 2 points in that Splinter Blast. Looking for potential opening here. I don't know if he'll find it, though. Yeah, Pasha's finding these little side holes down bottom, so there's nothing that Insania can really do there, as the wave just like pushes under the tower, so he tries to make an impact mid, doesn't have anything there. But it will mean that the boundary room battle will begin, and Pasha, well, he's going to get denied here. He'll get both of them on the bot. Yeah, I think he might have stolen a neutral there, though, before the bounties came out. So not a complete loss. Meanwhile, mid lane, Monkey King caught by an avalanche. Now the Nightmare. No one, low on mana, no bottle charges, but could still be a kill here. Boxy does get healed up by the Soul Rip, and maybe they'll turn this around. No one falls, and now Solo follows suit. 2 down on the side of Virtus.pro as Alliance turn it around and keep their Monkey King alive. And a nice early medallion also picked up here for our Broodmother. Quakefa's doing just fine. He's holding his own versus the Gyro. Gyro's doing really well. Obviously, Ramsey's getting a couple spiders, so the net worth isn't that brutal. The spider's actually ahead, despite what you're seeing in the last hits, because those spiderlings and spiderites are just not worth that much anymore. Yeah. Still a lot of them, though. It does add up over time, but you're right. The CS chart is very misleading. One thing, Roger keeps stacking this camp, too, which I think is kind of interesting, where he's like constantly pulling it over and then trying to farm it. But Quakefa, I know at least once, has taken that away from them, so they have to be a little cautious about that. If he can abuse the timing on the flat cannon, because, again, he just got that stack off, so... Yeah. I wouldn't even mind like seeing a rotation of some heroes to try and protect it. It looks like they're going to bring Solo to try and take it. Make sure, like, put some vision down, watch the spider. Yeah, Solo dropped the ward, but now he's smoked up and rotating towards mid lane. 2 points in that brain sap. Tiger just wraps around behind them. On to Ramsey's up top here. Oh, looks like Ramsey's going to be able to make it back. Meanwhile, mid, Solo sets up the Nightmare onto Boxy. No one on the way in, and Posh has even made the rotation, makes it an easy kill on the enemy Monkey King. I kind of wish they would push this wave and tombstone that stack, but I guess with the ward, they'll be able to protect it. Flat cannon from Ramses will grab only a couple of the spiders, so not very successful on that one. Yep. They are keeping Quakefa at bay, though. I mean, Quakefa's not doing poorly, but certainly seen those games where Brood just completely shuts down the lane, so feels okay for Virtus.pro right now. Yeah, Gyro's catching back up and has surpassed the Brood at this point, too. Yeah. For Alliance right now, this Mirana is the only one that's farming really well, outside of the Brood, of course. Number 1 on net worth right now. Basically just has a free lane since Pasha rotated. Looks like Wisp is going to come down, so they're going to pull a full lane swap here. Ramses and Roger. They've left that triple camp up top now. And now the spiders is diving solo. Peculiar. Pasha's here, though. He's going to clean up some of the spiders. Quakefa diving past the tower in relatively deep, but it's a Broodmother. Plenty of webs around. Now TP's out, heading to the mid lane. Dive onto No One. Solo going to make the rotation. It's a 3-on-2. Nice toss from No One. Keeps himself alive. No kill for Alliance. So this is the match that they feel like they've been waiting for forever, right? Where you actually have the Pango versus the Broodmother. Not something that Quakefa really wants to get into. No, definitely Can't really dive the Pango too easily. Very good turnaround potential. Especially once the Pango has some experience now. Level 7, maxes out that Swashbuckle. Very difficult for the Brood. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what build he's going to go for. It looks like he's just going for like a Blink and some auras, so fine with that. But yeah, fairly standard. Vanguard queued up. Some more rotations down bottom from Alliance, though. Taiga and Insania trying to keep tabs on this Gyrocopter. So one thing that I really liked about Virtus.pro in their prime is that it always seemed like
they're very good at allocating like who needs the most farm in a game and like understanding what everyone's role is. So especially when Posture plays this Pango, this is probably the most active that he is. I feel like he's kind of a little more passive on like this Enigma and stuff like that, but on the Pango he needs to have a game where he's just running around the map and getting kills. And he needs no one to help him out with that. No one just trying to get things started on the boxy there. For that last punch. Oh, it's getting a little dicey there.
The Jingu Mastery. This is the problem with Monkey King. You do not want to trade blows with him, and no one will survive. But all the while down bottom, Mickey able to secure the kill onto Ramses. Solo coming around the backside, but
got clowned on.
Can't do it. Okay, this laning stage actually ending up pretty well for Alliance here, Trent. Got a 1K net worth advantage at 9 minutes.
It is a brood draft, though, so it's kind of like, you know, how much of an advantage should you really have? And how much do you have to fall back on if this Monkey King doesn't start catching up, because he is the lowest of the cores.
It's a good question. I guess Undying kind of doubles down on that same sort of mechanic. You should definitely have a lead at this stage or things are going to be pretty rough. Mickey taking a little bit of rocket barrage damage here, but nothing he can't deal with.
Pasha ends up being the one who grabs that whole stack up top, too. So that's quite a bit of gold going the way of the Pango.
Hey, Virtus.pro had a plan the whole time, Trent. Stack it up, pull the lane rotation,
it
and
was
let
an
the Pango
investment.
solo. A little risky, you know, the Brood had an opportunity there, but hey, it worked out.
Yeah.
So Brood is now ended up back towards the mid lane, trying to dodge that Pango. Boxy's gone back up top. These are like the most musical lanes in the first 10 minutes I think we've seen so far.
I mean, that just comes from the preparation of Virtus.pro. Like, they picked 3 cores that are good against Brood. I mean, most teams, they end up with a draft where the Brood Mother comes out because there's no cores good against the hero. But knowing that Alliance kind of rely on this Brood, I feel like for a lot of their good games, that they're well prepared for it.
Moonlight Shadow deployed, but a great scan from Radiant. They've also got a ward down, so relatively aware.
This poor Brood Mother just like hasn't farmed Ancients. It's not a Brood game. You're not farming Ancients.
Not yet. Does he have any stacks or anything? Nope. Okay.
And he's behind his Mirana. I mean, I don't even think that's like so much as a credit to Mickey. Obviously, he's having a very good game, but the Brood should still be ahead in any game that is looking good for a Brood draft.
Yep. More pressure onto Ramses in that bottom lane. Stays alive this time, but not an easy laning phase for this Gyrocopter.
A lot of these gyro games come down to like that. Oh, he had a ulti from Pasha where he attempted to like cut some trees, get a 4-second stun with the rotation of no one coming through, but they couldn't quite find it.
Yep.
But a lot of these gyro IO games, they come down to the jungle rotations and just trying to get all these stacks, get the golden mostly experience up on that IO.
It will inevitably come down to that one defining mid-game fight where Gyro will either sink or he will swim.
Yeah, and then a few more stacks done up for them. Whoa! Whoopsie. Ramses missing on that one. That's okay.
Well,
Roger's got him covered. You know, he got at least one of them.
Yeah. Bane also closing in on level 6 here. He's going to pick up the tome, so that will secure his level 6.
Yeah, he just walked by with the smoke, though, past those wards. A lot of vision in here from Alliance, so they should know this is happening.
Yeah, good ward coverage for both teams, actually. Alliance with 3 revealing this enemy jungle, and Virtus.pro prioritizing that top lane a little bit more.
Insanity's here to back up Mickey. It's a long wrap, though. They're going to see the courier. No one's going for it with the haster in the tree. Got him.
Very nice.
And now Mickey's on the run. No Moonlight Shadow here.
Oh, Insania going to be the one that potentially gets caught, though. Trying to fly over the tree line. No one. Searching him down. Mirana caught by the Fiend's grip with the Winter's Curse. Not quite close enough to interrupt it. They're definitely going to find that kill on Mickey and likely onto Insania as well. Nightmare sets it up. No one now in hot pursuit. Still a little while till those cooldowns are up, but what's a poor Winter Wyvern to do in a situation like this, Trent?
I believe die.
Yep, I think that's going to be the case there as the tree chases her down. 2 kills up for Virtus.pro.
I like the flying popsicle there of the cold embrace of the dying Mirana.
Well, a little bit of space for Koikba. Finally getting some time to kill these Ancients, as you were talking about, Trent. Diffusal Blade, very close.
Unfortunately, you can't get it right away because Courier's dead.
Oh,
yeah.
Bummer.
I'd like to see this Pango getting some kills, though, Pasha. Let's go. Where's my, my feisty Pango hero? This guy doesn't want to be farming the whole time.
Yep. So pressuring that Monkey King a little bit. Foxy, lowest of the cores, but his farm isn't that bad. Definitely still room to recover. Pasha playing some Ring Around the Rosie. Pump fakes that Rolling Thunder, and Monkey King will make it back. And speaking of Monkey King, looks like he is going to go for that Shadow Blade build. At least has it queued up right now. I like that a lot here.
Yeah, me too. I think he should be ready for the active playstyle of the Tiny and the Pango. He needs to be able to respond. He doesn't want to be battle furying it up. Like, what's the point of going toe-to-toe in a farm game versus IO Gyro? That's, that doesn't feel very good.
I'm with you on that one. Blink Dagger up on no one, though. A turning point for Tiny. Pretty good timing there. See if he can find some pickoffs. Maybe This will initiate Pango to get a little bit more active. He's also getting relatively close to his Blink Dagger, about 2/3 of the way there.
Talk about how deep that vision was for Alliance, where they're kind of like covering up that whole mid lane box. You can see similarly in the bottom lane, VP have just been watching the vision inside their own jungle, because MacKenzie is trying to play really aggressively right now. He's trying to rack a bunch of kills on this hero. When you play Mirana, you just want to start slaying people, right? You're like kind of creating some space and everything. So they always have a good idea of where MacKenzie is, and more importantly, the supports that are there trying to help. So like whenever they see this Wyvern fly into the lane that the Mirana's in, you know they're trying to set something up. And so they're always just backing away. They just have Solo sandbagging down here. As he dances around the pillar.
Yeah, mid-tier 1 does get taken out. Looks like we'll see an engagement. Pasha charges in with the Rolling Thunder. No one follows up. Mirana is going to get caught. She'll go down first. Fiend's Grip on the Winter Wyvern, getting knocked all over by the Pango. It's a great fight for Virtus.pro. They bring down 3 as well as the Tombstone and completely punish that aggressive rotation from Alliance.
That is quite the combo. That's like a... It's like a self-Yules on the Pango. When you toss him up in the air like that, he gets a secondary stun off from the Tiny. Interesting.
Pretty cool. Big gain here for Virtus.pro, about a 1,600 net worth swing. Still a small advantage for Alliance, but definitely a little scary.
Oh, this poor Broodmother, as you can see, Scriff pointing out. He's like, all right, you got Treads and Diffusal Blade, just chilling in the stash, you know. Yeah. Exactly where you want them when you're trying to farm up, right? Who wants acceleration based on your gold that you've been earning?
Yeah, Diffusal wouldn't have made any difference.
No.
19 seconds on the courier, though, so it'll be inbound before too long.
Did you know that the Eye of Scotty was guarded by the Azure Dragons?
No, but I did know that Tiny's lack of base armor means he's very susceptible to physical attacks and armor-reducing abilities.
Wow, that's very eloquent of you to just bring that up out of nowhere.
Yeah, those armor mechanics, man, they're pretty mysterious. Oh, my. Tiny has an invisibility rune in the bottle, by the way, and a Shadow Blade queued up next, so it seems no one will continue to play Hunter. Yeah,
he's been runing it up. Feels like he always haste rune and everything.
Yeah, Tiny's a scary hero if you have rune control, that's for sure.
Solo correctly pointing out where there is a enemy ward. Just tags it up there, so we got ourselves a little replay there from Solo setting up this fight. And Pasha rolling through a nice leap up over the cliff. This is where we get the toss, right? So it targets the unit closest to you, and you can't target spell immune units, but you target the Mirana with the toss. That sends the Pango back up in the air, and you get the secondary spin bounce.
Yeah.
Very nice, cheeky little play. I mean, he was dead anyway, but it's just a cool interaction.
Now we'll see Taiga TP into his shrine, put to sleep by
that
Solo,
arrow,
but the arrow actually connects. Nicely done.
Bane
Will
Mirana.
they be able to file up on it?
Betrayal.
And
Best friends.
I think Solo is going to end up going down. There we go. Very nice.
Not how you usually think of the Bane Mirana combo. Sets up so many of those, man.
Yeah. Definitely a little concerned by the lack of control in general on Alliance, though. I know the panel mentioned that a couple times. Not really a great setup for the Arrow. Arrow and Winter's Curse. Those are your big stuns. So a lot of pressure on those two heroes.
They always say that if you feel like the worst team in your opponent, just pick more stuns. And so that's why it always comes to the forefront of Kyle's mind, because that's kind of how his whole career went. So he's every panel. I feel like he's just pointing out those stuns. So
gotta pick more stuns.
That's the life.
Definitely the secret to winning pubs. Pick stuns.
Stuns are good.
Well, now the Maelstrom's out on Mirana. MacKenzie feeling the benefits of that last kill. DKB going to be up next. Very standard stuff there. Having a pretty good game so far.
Yeah, can't really flame him for that one.
No.
Looking A-okay. They get this really early medallion, so wouldn't mind some Roshan opportunities soon here, but around the pit is very dangerous versus the Pango, who went Blink first.
Yeah. So we'll see a push up top, it looks like. Alliance posturing like they will want to mount a defense here. Currently a 3-on-3.
This will be their first tier 1. They can actually get it outside of Virtus.pro.
It looks like VP is going to relocate down bottom. Boxy, he's been caught by the Fiend's Grip, and that could be the end of the Monkey King. They've got a Dust, they've got a homing missile, and the Monkey King has been put to rest. Now back up top, Pasha, Rolling Thunder, Moonlight Shadow also been deployed.
He's just protecting the relocate.
There's been a TP back up. Io caught by the Winter's Curse, but Winter Wyvern will end up going down. Now Ramses call down, ready to do some damage. Wisp barely surviving. Roger actually lives through it all. Now Taiga goes down, and MacKenzie barely able to survive through the swashbuckle.
Man, what a great play over by Virtus.pro. They just play him like a fiddle. They put this full pressure up in the top lane. Alliance brings everyone there to defend, and the Monkey King's waiting for the fight to actually kick off before he's going to TP top and try and like throw down an ulti or something. So what do? They instantly relocate down bottom. The Io Bane combination, it is one of the most picked combos for a very good reason. You just set up for these relocates so easily. It's free kills. and then they just come right back up. And I love the way Pasha used that ultimate early from the Pangolier to help protect the relocate from Roger coming back in. Made so the Io didn't just instantly die as Alliance were setting up for it. And then the TP from Ramses where they're like, okay, Gyro didn't come back with them. We can take this fight. And then suddenly Ramses shows them like, oh shit, he just TP'd back up here.
Yeah. So a nice little bait play there. Close call for Roger, though. Barely able to survive that engagement. Definitely getting some dividends there. He's got his buckler picked up, finishes up his magic wand. This is a pretty wealthy Wisp. Actually, the leading farmer in terms of the 4 supports.
Well, yeah, very good game for him so far. And also just keeping that experience high. Very important on the Isle, and pretty easy when you're not dying. So
I want to talk about this Monkey King a little bit here, Trent. Boxy has changed his mind. He's now picked up the Maelstrom in lieu of the Shadow Blade, now with a BKB queued up next. What do you think?
It's more of like it's more fighty than the Battle Fury. It's been pretty common as of
Well, what
late
about
too.
the Shadow Blade, though? That was the original.
Yes, I mean the Shadow Blade's like the most aggressive, but then I would say the Maelstrom's like the middle ground, where it's like it can be a little good in fights, and it's a cheaper item to start farming. It's like I'm not fully investing into a Battle Fury. I'm getting one sort of farming item that's smaller, and then I'll go for a fighting item. So
you think the BKB second's the right choice here?
I think so. It's a lot of magic damage and control. Like you have to worry about this Tiny and Gyro. Like for now, the physical's not the main aspect. Whew. No one in there with that true grab. Little dicey.
Little close. I guess always a little nervous to see that item prioritized so much against a Fiend's Grip. Especially that last kill we just saw. BKB wouldn't have saved him there. At least not most likely.
Oh, mid lane there, Pasha.
Be in some trouble for a couple. He's going to be able to Rolling Thunder away, though. Also does have the Yule's Scepter up on Pango. So.
Gets a tip from Ramses. Great work pressing that R button, buddy.
Rolling away. Now up top, Sania takes a homing missile. Now a call down. Ramses wants this kill onto the Winter Wyvern. Winter's Curse does come out. BKB already up on the Gyrocopter, gets used. He's going to pursue here. They will find Insania. Possibly more, though. The Moonlight Shadow's been deployed.
And look at Solo. He's way back there.
He's looking for the wraparound. He says, hey there, Mickey. There's a Nightmare. Maybe Fiend's Grip on the way. Those some rotations. Solo playing it safe right now. Back towards the mid. Looks like another fight's broken out. Set up onto the Koikva Broodmother. They're going to try to chase him down. They catch a stun. Do they have the damage, though? Taiga trying to heal him up. They brought down Solo, but this fight's looking good for Virtus.pro. Wukong's command, maybe it's enough to turn. No one barely survives as he tosses him to the low ground. They will end up bringing down Pasha.
That setup looked like Alliance were going to win that fight, honestly. As Koikva like, kept getting the heals going, there's no Boundless Strike left, and that arrow will not fly through the creeps, but he would have known in time anyway. But like that Tombstone from the high ground, and you're being protected there with the Soul Rifts, but just not enough to keep that Brood up and going, even through the ultimate. That would have been a really good turnaround potential there for Alliance. But they get a couple kills either way, so...
Ends up okay for Alliance, but still Virtus.pro holding on to the momentum right now, as well as the net worth advantage. Take a look at the replay here.
And this was the Yules just coming in from the Pango, too. Had he had his ultimate, this fight would have been much easier the side of Virtus.pro, but there you can see Tigers from the high ground trying to keep things going. But
great positioning from that Undying. And unfortunate for Solo, it looked like his positioning was going to be really good to start off that fight, but ended up kind of costing him as he was separated from the rest of his team.
Yeah, and then Roger relocated out alone, it looked like. Didn't have anyone with him. So.
Now, bottom lane, McKay going to be in some trouble. Solo does have the Fiend's Grip.
Hello.
There it is. Now follow-up from Ramses on the way.
Oh, he's out of skills, though.
Might still be able to get this. It's going to be a little bit close, though. Tombstone comes down, and yeah, there are going to be enough reinforcements that Virtus.pro will be forced back, and now Solo is going to be the one that gets left behind, slowed down by the Arctic Burn. Nice use of the Nightmare, but not going to be enough for a survival. Although, potential wraparound, no one with the Shadow Blade on. Blink Dagger, he's going to find Mickey. That's a freebie. Great positioning there as Taiga will just head back. Can't do much to punish that.
Pasha and Boxy hanging around up here. That'll just give him the Yules and run away. Oh, that looked like actually kind of a good moment there for Alliance, and suddenly you just lose Mickey, and you've just lost it all again. So no one just getting that first couple kills with the Shadow Blade, and now into the Echo Saber very soon. Still no chance at a Roche here for Koikva. He's 0, 1, and 2 on a Brood that's gone Medallion and Diffusal, so it's
not ideal.
Yeah, it feels like you just want a couple more kills, this sort of a build.
He's picked up BKB now, so maybe the catalyst to turn him into some more team fights.
Yeah, that could be huge. If they try and force a Roche fight now, and they can, number one, stop Pasha from getting a blink in. And that's much easier said than done. Like, this Pangolier is very maneuverable. He might even just, like, swashbuckle on the pit and start his ulti or something, so it's very difficult. But if you can create that fight around the pit and you can just BKB and kill Roger right away, that would be really good for them. The only problem is Roger's just going to buy back on this IO, and he will re-enter the fight.
Yeah. Roger's also very close to mech, about 100 gold away. Huge item on the Wisp.
Yeah. That double heal is ridiculous.
Yeah, makes this gyro so much more difficult to kill in these team fights. Down bottom, no one. Hunting Insania. Might have enough for a kill here. Womps him first. There's enough. The combo, and yeah, more than enough. That tiny.
That's a mega kill streak now. 5-1 and 5 for no one.
No one been playing this very well. Just feels like Virtus.pro are controlling the tempo of the game right now. Yes, indeed, and making the case even more. Monkey King caught by the Fiend's Grip. A 4-on-1.
Nice chain stuns.
Moonlight Shadow been deployed. Looking for more, but Alliance will make it out. Pasha actually does not make it out himself. TP gets interrupted. Taiga pops the ultimate, and they will be able to finish him off. Alliance find a recovery kill.
And they're going to kill mid quick, but he's just running at Roger. Go, go, go.
Roger might still survive, though. Quickfoot doesn't want to go too deep. He knows there's reinforcements on the way. Ramses as well as No One. No One a little bit harder to spot out. He's got the Shadow Blade on. Broodmother stunned up in the trees. No One trying to find him here. Solo also pushed back by that Arctic Burn from Insania. Close one.
That's
kind of a heartbreaker for Koikba, though.
Yeah, he doesn't want to waste his 10-second BKB just for killing the IO, or if like he's a TP out or something, or...
Yeah, but there does come a point where we're 24 minutes in. He still doesn't have a single killing blow on a hero. 0, 1, and 2. Got to kill something at some point, man.
Maybe he's a pacifist, you know?
Maybe.
All these spiders getting squished.
A conscientious objector.
Yeah. I'm sure that's what he's going for. Oh, Solo's doing his thing again. He's like, oh, Monkey King, come on down to the lane. But
he does not have
has been spotted on a ward, too.
Yeah.
Who needs Fiend's Grip, though? There's a relocate in 30 seconds. he can just hang out.
Now, Taiga also inbound here, though No One feels like he's just always in the right place with his Shadow Blade. Taiga going to bump right into Solo. They'll have a little kiss, and then No One comes in with the big damage and says, good night, zombie. The zombie apocalypse will not start today.
Pasha not going to find the Blink Yules there.
These pickoffs are really starting to add up, though, Trent.
Just feels like kind of a weird game for Alliance right now. It's like, what is your Broodmother contributing right now? It's like pushing out waves and everything, but it feels like every time Virtus.pro just walk to a lane, they get a kill.
Yeah, I'm having trouble visualizing the path for Alliance to really take control of this game. You know, start making some proactive plays and not just react to the movements of Virtus.pro.
It definitely comes down to like getting an Aegis and then just putting yourself in like number advantages and taking over that top half of the map. It's like playing in here.
Well, maybe an initiation up top. Moonlight Shadow used. Monkey King. Wukong's command does come out. Now Yule's Scepter, though, from Pasha. He's going to use the Rolling Thunder and jumps right in to break up this team fight. Pasha all alone, and he's going to head back to friendly territory. Slight missed opportunity for Alliance. They might be able to get a Tier 1 tower out of this, but Virtus.pro, they're not going to let it go for free. They pop the glyph, and they come back. Winner's Curse, very nice onto the Gyrocopter. Might secure the retreat, but Solo on the high ground. He's got the Fiend's Grip, and that will finish off the Winter Wyvern, and maybe even more. Boxy's been brought down by No One. Koikba will just BKB TP. Now Mickey has to try to run away from this Tiny. Meanwhile, Taiga getting chased down by the homing missile.
The courier?
The courier goes down as well. What started as an okay fight for Alliance is now turning the other way. Mickey will be able to make it back, but I think this Undying is going to be done for as Ramses and Roger chase him down. 3 plus the courier down for Alliance. Ooh. They don't get a single objective or kill.
And guess what comes next?
The Roshan shutdown.
Yeah, they can just run right into this pit. Easy peasy. My God. All right, I kind of like what Alliance did, right? They got some vision on that bounty rune. They tried to take a fight. Bounties are one of these things that force teams to move to certain parts of the map. You can kind of predict it, try and take a good engagement, but they couldn't get the instant kill on Pasha. He gets the ultimate off. That breaks up the fight. And then they still kind of like litter around. Like they feel like that's their only hope back into the game, and then there's a really bad curse. And it's just awkward, but they're going to try the Roche fight. Oh, Boxy's in. He's going to get it.
Is he getting? He snatched the Aegis. He gets the Roche and the Aegis, though it gets burned straight away. Now Koikba in a lot of trouble. He gets brought down. Up on the high ground, the Winter Wyvern will also fall. Boxy not going to be able to survive as he comes back to life. It's a great snipe, but in the end does not work out in favor of Alliance. Now trying to chase down Mickey. Pasha blinks forward, hits him with a swashbuckle. They've got a homing missile that's going to continue to chase him down. How deep do they want to commit for this?
Oh, they're
going. And it seems they want the kill. Pasha and Solo are in hot pursuit, and they will be able to finish him off or not. BKB gets used. That's the 10-second charge, and Mickey will survive.
Huh. Solo didn't go with the follow-up Nightmare. Interesting.
I think that's still a victory, though. Forcing out the 10-second BKB defensively, transitioning into a Tier 2 tower. Not ideal for Virtus.pro. They would have loved to have that Aegis, but it definitely worked out for them in the end. Replay.
Yeah, I mean, you can imagine if they actually had the winner's curse, right? You get this leap in here from bot. I mean, for one thing, they might not even win in the pit if the winner's curse is there. But like right there, if Insania hadn't wasted that winner's curse earlier,
yeah,
that whole fight could have been different. There would have been a chance to actually save Boxy before the Aegis. He gets down the ultimate. There's maybe a fight that you can actually play in there for the side of Alliance. But they felt desperation. They went in anyway without their big team fight ultimate. Yeah, man, punished hard.
Brutal stuff. Nearly a 10K advantage for Virtus.pro, 24-10. As we get close to that 30-minute mark, things starting to look a little bit grim for our dire squad here. Alliance really going to have to dig deep to turn this one around.
Yeah. It feels like it's an Alk game where he's like middle of the pack, you know what I mean? Like
yes.
This Broodmother is just
great analogy.
12K and you're like, eh. And it looks kind of okay. It's like, yeah, I'm the top of the team. 13K net worth, guys, but...
They've just played around this Brood almost perfectly. I think Koikva's done a pretty good job, but they haven't given him any openings for free kills.
They drafted around it. Like, they premeditated a Brood, and then they still pick the Brood into it, and the Brood just, it can't win any of the lanes.
I mean, even the way he's itemized, right? He got BKB. He didn't want to use that charge to kill the Wisp. He ends up using the 10-second charge just to TP out defensively. Down bottom, Winner's Curse will set up onto the Pango. Arrow did connect, and they're going to be able to find a nice pick-off here. Step in the right direction for Alliance.
Yeah, bit of a kill streak there, too, for Mickey, so... Little sad trombone there for Pasha.
Yep. Koikva, like an MKB coming up next. I think in response to that gyrocopter butterfly
God.
That's already been picked up, and he's not that far off as Satanic now.
Boxy's so poor, man. How long has he just been on this maelstrom? Ugh.
Yeah, this is turning into a pretty brutal Monkey King game.
Like not the hero of the tournament, I think.
Yeah.
I have not had a good Monkey King game so far.
And I'm just not convinced that this BKB is going to be a big game changer. So far, all the BKBs that Alliance have picked up have been relatively underwhelming.
Well, unfortunately, there's like, I mean, it's too late at this point.
Yeah, he's committed, but it's just seeing how it's gone so far makes me wonder if there's something else that he could have gone for. Like, you know, the Shadow Blade is high risk, high reward, but at least gives him that opportunity to get in the back line, start fights. It gives them something.
Yeah. It's just like this BKB would have been really good like 5 minutes ago. But anyway, Fiend Script now used on to Mickey.
And Ramsey's going to be nearby. Solo will survive on the low ground. Mickey gets the cold embrace, buys him some time, actually gets off the BKB as they turn onto Solo. It's a good fight for Alliance. Pango and Tiny not inbound as they will relocate away.
They're
back
coming
up to the
through,
top
though.
lane.
They have to be careful. Like, I'm sure Pasha sees that low HP Mirana, and yeah, she will just instantly retreat to the shrine.
Well, it's just one pickoff, but I think Alliance will take it.
Another BKB charge, though, as you said, for the gyro, so that at least helps somewhat.
And for the Mirana also.
Yeah, true.
That's her 9-second charge down. I think Koikva got away without using his BKB in that fight.
Oh, Courier. Finally, they get the Virtus.pro Courier.
Oh, there we go.
That was the Satanic.
Hey, wow, that's some pretty heavy cargo.
He was only 100 gold away from the Reaver, too. That's what he was picking up.
Well, that's a bummer. Now Pasha could be in some trouble. Bumps into a lot of Alliance heroes.
Where's the arrow?
Winner's Curse comes down. Arrow from afar does connect. The BKBs get popped. Defensive Nightmare maybe buys him some time. This Gyro doing a lot of AoE damage, but Alliance are surviving through it. This is the Monkey King 10-second BKB.
Are they back?
They are committed onto Ramses right now, and they will finish him off. Roger trying to tether away, but it's going to be an uphill climb. Can he get out of here? Arrow, it's going to be close. Shaved some hairs, but not enough to survive as Koikva finishes him off with some spiders.
Nice job of forcing that fight when the BKB wasn't ready for the gyrocopter. A little risky because yours also wasn't ready there for Mirana, but it worked out.
I have to say, Trent, I was completely wrong about the BKB. That was the item for the Monkey King there. Let them take that fight, and all of a sudden we've got a real game on our hands. That was a 4K net worth swing, and now they're going to get a tier 2 mid.
Yeah. That's happens when like the Pango is very important for these team fights, so locking him down instantaneously here
is this
pretty important.
Going to be a tier 3? Buyback available onto the Gyro, but Wisp and Pango.
You can see how it started out too. Just like Pasha just instantly insane, he gets the target down on him. There was even a leap from Mickey to help set up with that arrow too. So really nice stuff there from Alliance.
Yeah.
And at that point, there's just not enough damage. Like the match damage comes out from Ramses, but
back in the game, Solo goes down. They dive past the tier 3. He's going to buy back now. A lot of respawns coming.
Oh, they're just going to guard the racks.
They want this, though. Alliance is pretty committed. They're going for the melee, and I think they're going to be able to get it. Melee heroes starting to back out. They're going to let it go.
They have faith in that catapult, but their faith was misplaced.
Wow, 19 HP, and it's going to slowly regenerate back up. Heartbreaker for Alliance.
Oh,
but
my God.
A huge sign of life. See all these items getting picked up now. The Aether Lens on the Winter Wyvern. I think there's a Yule's Scepter now on the Undying.
Smoke, though. Oh, maybe they're not going to smoke. I thought they were on a TP smoke right now, but it's going to run out. Like, they've left this ward inside the base. See if VP spot it.
Yep.
It's going to spot all these movements. That's what saves Boxy. He sees them all coming up top because of this.
Very costly hold for Virtus.pro, though. This game is leveled out now. Net worth.
Oh my god, I can't believe they didn't get that melee Rex. That's like such a huge economical blow if you can do that, right? Like it just instantly destroys the income that you're getting from one of the lanes for the rest of the game.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're going to get a gem soon probably on Virtus.pro if they win one more fight, I would guess.
No one maybe looking for a setup here. Arrow flies through. Moonlight Shadow's been used. Solo, now the one initiated on. He's going to get brought down.
I like that targeting there from Quickbot. Just ignoring the tiny, just recognizing that take the easy kill. Yep.
And he also just bought back, so it's a long time in the grave.
They're pinging that mid lane. They want to go.
They want Pasha. Koikba comes in now. Pasha's going to be in a lot of trouble. Rolling Thunder away.
Haste Rune. Drive by.
Wow. That's fortunate for the Pango. Okay. MKB also up on Koikba now. So this Brood is pretty scary. Her right clicks absolutely demolish.
That Satanic is coming out now, though, for Gyro.
That's a good point. Important to note in that last fight, his big item was stuck on the dead courier.
Yeah. Oh, wow. They're keeping that vision on the high ground, too. This is so sick for Alliance. This could set up for Insania, but he gets initiated on.
Insania goes down first, but BKBs get popped. Pasha in the back lines. He gets brought down low. Ramses is surviving, but now the Wukong's command comes out. Ramses' BKB is wearing off, and they just want the barracks. Looks like they'll probably be able to get it. They're splitting back onto Ramses. This barracks is still standing. No one comes back in that back line doing so much AoE damage. They still didn't get the barracks. All 4 down on Alliance, and it's soon to be 5. Koikba on the run. Virtus.pro with an incredible hold as they relocate forward and secure the ultra kill for no one. Talk about your all-time backfires.
Oh my god. I feel like their faces are currently on the desk right now for Alliance. If I was Insania, I would just be so broken.
This melee
There were
barracks.
5 heroes so clumped. Like, he was so ready for that Winner's Curse, and no one just slayed. Look at Insania. Look how hungry he is. And then just obliterated. Oh, my
Brilliant
god.
play
They would have
from
won
no
that
one, though.
fight.
Yeah.
If he gets off that curse, that fight is all Alliance, 100%.
Absolutely. No one set the stage
And
for
this
that.
Spirit Vessel afterwards on Ramses, too, was really scary. Like, he's not getting any of the heals going on once that gets propped on top of them. Koikva's running after him, but then no one shows back up and gets a triple kill. That splash damage on a Taiga and Mickey.
It completely worked against them, though, because they wanted to commit to the barracks, and they said, oh, we've got the Spirit Vessel. We can absolutely kill this Gyro. They clump for that. Then they try to head back for the barracks, and they just get stuck together.
Are they really going to lose their barracks first?
I think so. Buyback sparse here. Monkey King will respond, but mid barracks will go down. VP want more. They're going to head top this tier 3, taking a lot of damage. Glyph is still available for Alliance.
The Moonlight Shadow, but they're still just going to defensively pull back here from Virtus.pro.
Wow.
Oh, I can feel their pain. I think it's coming down from the upper floors.
Yeah.
From the team room.
Wait, look at that gold graph, man. What a kinky curve that is. Maybe we'll see a fight, though. No one. Perhaps in some trouble. Does get dusted. It looks like both sides will just back off and let it go. Unbelievable.
It really is. Virtus.pro, just the classic. So, at this point now, that firmly puts control back in the hands of VP, and we have a Roche respawning in about 5 seconds here. Yeah. So, the little green diamonds at the top of your screen are mostly there, just missing the Moonlight Shadow. So, with the Winner's Curse, they at least have a chance to fight around the pit, but that gem is there for Virtus.pro, and that's taking away a lot of the vision here. Well, most of it's actually expiring right now from Alliance. They haven't quite found it, but...
Some scary items, though, getting picked up by VP. You've got the Daedalus coming out on the Tiny. Wisp is actually really close to a Lincoln Sphere. Very good mix of defensive items as well as very aggressive damage-dealing items. Even the Gyrocopter, he's got the Demon Edge now, so looking to transition into his next big damage piece.
So there was a spider in the pit, and they went in, they killed the spider. So Alliance know about this right now.
Yep. And VP know Alliance know about this.
They know that they know that they know that they know.
This is a true war of attrition here, but will Alliance be able to get into the pit? Maybe they'll be able to snipe it again. Arrow connects onto Roche.
There's that Yule's combo from Pango, all on the Quickba.
Out comes the Wukong's command on the back line. Roger gets popped straight away. There's the buyback to get into the fight. Ramses trying to do the damage. He's going to survive with the Satanic BKB. Alliance are dropping like flies. 4 down. Boxy, the only one left alive. He's going to jump up to the trees. They might not be able to find him, but Roche will go down to Virtus.pro. They'll pick up the Aegis. No, actually, it got killed by Alliance. Ramses technically snatches the Aegis. But obviously not the team fight Alliance was hoping for. Boxy will get chased down here as the homing missile will follow him to Earth's End. And they should be able to just finish him off
it's
here.
close.
No. Okay, Boxy gets the lifesteal a little bit with the Boundless Strike.
Oh, what a talent. He's out of here.
From tree to tree, the King of Monkeys will live. But a very small silver lining, despite what we just saw there in that last fight. Now up at the top lane, it's VP looking to take another set of barracks. They force the Glyph and a buyback from Mirana. Creeps are in the mid lane, so no backdoor protection available.
Yeah, no one's still just kind of... Look at Solo. He's just bullying Mickey here, just saying, huh? You want some of this? Ramsey just continues his slaughtering here.
Tier 3 falls up top. Remember, Aegis in tow for Ramsey, so can afford to be rather aggressive here, trying to focus down that Tombstone. Homing missile comes out onto the Undying. No Soul Rip to save that Tombstone. Now the range barracks fall. Melee under assault. No one on the way in. There is a sentry ward down, though. They're pinging him out.
That'll save him.
Spirit Vessel. Oh, BKBs get used. No one still in some trouble, taking a lot of right clicks. He could end up going down here, but no, Roger with the save, tops him off, and they're going to bring down 3 of Alliance. This could be close to a GG moment. 2 in the grave without buybacks. Undying, Brood, both of them get back into this game. They're desperately trying to hold, but Pango intercepts them, and the GG is called. VP take game 1 in this best-of-3 series, 36-18.
Man, Alliance, they almost found this game so close. I mean,